My name is Mohammad Abdulmanan, and I'm going to explain and show you guys the interactive to-do list. So here I've created a simple to-do list. So here, as you can see, I have this input and then the bottom, the adding task. So here, as you can see, I have these three tasks, which is sleep, code, and repeat. So I can delete them and I can mark them as done. So I'll show you, as I press this thing, it marks as done, and that's how it shows, which is the line through. And then if I want to delete the repeat, it delete. Now I'll show you guys the console of it. Now here, as you can see on my array 0, which is the sleep completed true, and then the code completed false. So I'll explain to you on my JavaScript. So in my JavaScript, we have this an array, and then we have this thing an ID to track the ID. Like I said right here, it's starting from 0, and then we increment the ID here, as you can see. Once you created another ID, another task, it increment another ID. So in the task, which is our text, and then the completed always starts at false. So once you press this thing, it's going to be true. Yes. So yeah. So now I'm explaining to you the function that I created. So here is the constant query selector to get the ID. So I didn't use the document get element by ID, but I prefer the query selector. It's more way easier for me, and I have a less creating a variable. So here, now I will be explaining to you my function display. Oh, first is my function, which is this one is object. So this object new task, it push through inside of my task array. So inside of the example of this, we have this an example. It's already inside of an array, and then there's inside of it, it's an object. So yeah, that's how the push works. And then we have this function display. Now in my function display, this updates or display the list task, as you can see here. So how did I create this thing? First, we have this inner HTML and empty string. This one in order to clear any list item by the inner HTML and empty string. So here task that for each loop through each task object in the task array using for each. So this one display our text, our deleted button. So I see I can delete. So here as I created an element for li. So once you created, this one shows, and then class add list, and then here, which is the inner HTML, I created span and button. Here you will see a span and the button. Now in my delete button, which is an event listener. So here, as you can see, task ID, and then the query selector of ID. I have an ID query selector, and I include the dataset task ID. So why did I include that? Because of my once you delete any task, let's say you want to delete this thing, this ID shows that ID1. So once you delete this ID, then it shows right here that the deleted, once you press the functions button, it will delete the task ID that you pressed. So here I press this, so all my objects are gone because I deleted using the ID. So here, if task completed, then the purpose of this is when marking as done. So once you press this thing, it marks as line through, the gray, and the 30 pixels of font size. So yeah. Now we have this another query selector. Yeah, oh, I forgot in append child list item. This append child list item will be on task list. Yes, on my if you guys know which is this one, it will be displayed as a child. So it push the child through the parent element. Yep. So here we have this an form add event listener. So once you submit or click that functions, so this event prevent default for refreshing browser, or yeah, the page. So in my constant, I created a text, and then I called the document query selector of our input, which is this one in my ID, and then the value. So wherever that value that you input, it will store as a text, and then add task text. So here it shows here clear existing any input, which is an empty string. Now we have this functions toggle. So this one is to find, as you can see, I have this task, and then array, the array of task, find task. So this one is, the purpose of this is to find the task, with the matching ID, which is our task ID, and then our using another array. Let's say this task ID and then the percent ID. It will equal, if this ID is ID1 and ID1, then it will shows that once you done with that, this task will be included. Not task that completed will become true, because as you can see, guys, that our completed false always starts at false. So once you press that, this task will be true. So task that completed will be assigned, so that will become true, and then this will display to our functions. Now we have this task list event listener. This one, which is for our query selector. So here the purpose of this is when you removing or deleting the child inside of our parent UL. So here this one it check the click element as a delete button. So as you can see, this task ID is to extract the data task ID, which is our where is that task ID that I used here, data task ID. So that used as an constant, another variable storing, and then task item, which is our parent element. So this task will be removed. As you can see, task item will be removed once you press the delete button. So yeah, once you click that button, example, so it will be removed. And once you go to my console, let's say this ID 0 will be removed, and then you will see the ID 0 is gone. So that's ID 6 will be gone. So thank you for listening.